A head count in what must be the world's most exclusive car restoration shop. This is the prison at Indian Springs, Nevada, where just 40 of the 1,400 inmates restore million-dollar automobiles for the Imperial Palace collection in nearby Las Vegas. Murderers and bank robbers vie for a job in here. It's hard work, but not traditional hard labor.
All right, back to work. Pronto.
Oh, yes, boss.
People don't really understand how the program works. They think, well, Imperial Palace has just hired inmates to do work at cheap labor. Well, that's not actually the way it works. The way it works is we hire these guys for minimum wage, and all these guys that are working in this shop in here are all saving taxpayers' money in the private industry or private sector side. They pay room and board, they pay meals, they pay for their clothes to be washed. So I think roughly on what they make in a 2-week period, they might bank about $70 of that, and the rest goes out to pay for things. So it's saving taxpayers a lot of money too by this whole. Everybody benefits.
But Dave didn't foresee those benefits when the Imperial Palace asked him to set up the project.
At first, I thought my boss, Richie Klein, was completely bonkers. I'd been around some prisons in high school, or we went through for tours or whatever, and those are some pretty hardcore prisons. Of course, I had visions of seeing guys standing here, holding a knife to you, and it's not that way at all. I would rather work with guys in here than guys on the street. They seem like they apply themselves more. People ask me, well, what's it like working with these criminals? Well, the only difference between myself, basically, I shouldn't probably say this, but the guys in here, these guys got caught. Some guys, I say that lightly, because some guys are in here for real bad crimes. Other guys, they just got caught up in something. They got around the wrong people, were brought up wrong, had no family, and they just need a chance in life. And that's what this program helps to offer, is a chance for them to do something and show people they can do something.
With the experience gained here, there's the chance of a well-paid job outside when parole comes around. Inside, only a hand-picked few get the chance to show what they can do.
So how did you get to be on that original team?
We had an interview. We had to have an interview. We applied for the job, and then Dave had an office set up over at the Far Bay, and he would talk to us and see what we knew and how interested we was in the job, and so by doing that, he took it upon himself to say, well, he sounds interested and he doesn't, and he hired us from that, from the way he interviewed us and what little qualities we had. Yeah. But there's a lot of us, who's appreciate that we did get the job. Yeah. We've learned a lot from him, as far as restoration and just different things in a whole, and it's made my life a lot more easier.
Dude, one thing I want to add too is, I was really impressed with the management here. Dave, man, he's a little bit, I'd say, far advanced than most any other guys that restore these cars. He's really good. And
he knows what he's doing.
And I figured that I've been taught by the best now.
And the best is only just good enough at Indian Springs. Every car that comes in is carefully taken apart and painstakingly reconstructed. Whatever its needs, the skills are here.
We started out with some real tough cars. They kind of put us through the ringer, myself and the guys in here. But we've graduated now. That's why we're doing a lot of Bentleys, Duesenberg, stuff like that, because the caliber work we've turned out has been pretty good. We've competed in national competition. We had a Duesenberg Beverly that went to Pebble Beach in Auburn, Indiana this last summer, and that's a real big mark.
So even to be allowed to participate is the big thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Pebble Beach is an invitation type thing. Well, that's not where you can't. It's not like you finish a car and you just go enter it. You have to be asked. You're invited. So it's kind of like that's the Ralph Lauren and different ones like that all have cars in it. So, for the guys out here, it was a big time thing, which it was for me too. It's the first time I actually had a car myself that went to Pebble Beach, like that.
Okay, they didn't win, but there's lots of time to work on future entries. This is one workshop where a steady turnover of staff is welcomed.
And what's your plans for the future? When are you going to get out of here?
I got probably maybe about 15, maybe 16 more months to go before I get out here, and hopefully that when I leave here, I hope I got a job downtown at Imperial Palace down there.
All right, good.
That's what I'm hoping for. Things don't always work out the way you want them to, but I'm trying.
Yeah.
And that's all anyone can ask. But it was time to say goodbye to the guys at Indian Springs because, to round off my trip to the Imperial Palace, Dave had promised me a drive in a 1931 J-Class straight 8 Duesenberg. The makers guaranteed it would do over 100 in second gear. Nowadays, it's limited to a sedate turn around the parking lot. After all, there isn't much more you'd dare to do with $1 million museum piece.